Happy Tuesday. I hope your week is off to a great start. Another Build Optimus Prime episode is coming at you today on Brickscale Studio. Welcome back to Brickscale Studio. My name is Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's always great to have you here. So last week we did a little prep work, worked a little bit on the head and the neck, and built sort of a back component that will include the battery box. So today we're going to use those two pieces. We're going to bring back the arms and the chest pieces with the windshields that we worked on way back like in episode 1 or 2. We're going to be connecting all that together, and this will be our last sort of build video where we're building parts. So once we're done with this video today, we will have a connected chest and arms and back. So we'll have basically 3 components that we will use for the final assembly next week. So let's get into the build, and then we can talk about it after.
Autobots, roll out!
All right, so in this episode, we are going to be working on the chest, and then we're going to bring the arms in and attach that all together. Last episode, remember, we worked on the neck and the back, so now we're sort of working on the front part of the chest. I've got all my parts laid out here, so hopefully I didn't confuse myself because there was more than I was anticipating. But let's get into this. So it looks like the first thing we're doing is... Now, I'm full disclosure, I am a little confused about this item here because there is a whole other one in one of the other trays, so I'm not sure why, and they look the same, so I'm not sure why we have 2 Matrix of Leadership. I'm not really sure, but maybe that will be apparent as we go along. So the first thing we want to do is take this cable, and we'll pull that out, and then we want to attach it to, it looks like a light here. All right, and then we want to take this, pass it through, and that's going to go right in here, and we're going to secure that in with 2.3 by 6. All right, now, of course, again, sounding like a broken record, you are screwing this directly, the circuit board directly on here. So, yes, you want them tight, but you do not want to crack that circuit board. So there is that. All right, the next pieces are going to be glue in, it looks like. So let's see here. This has 2 pieces of attachment here, like so. So it wants us to put some glue, and then we also have 2 over here, so let's get that going. Okay, so this is going to go in just like so, and then this is going to go in just like so. All right, so the next one, I'm going to go ahead and while this is sort of drying, I'm going to lay these out. So it's funny, these have numbers on them, but they're not really referenced in the instructions. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious the way that these are lined up here. They're going to go on like so. But we do want to put some glue in. So, yeah, this is going to go on like this. And then we're going to come in from the top and sandwich this all together like so. Alright, let's just do one side at a time. So that is going on like so. And then this is going on just like this. All right. All right, I'm just going to leave that there to dry. All right, now that we've got that, let's go ahead and redo this thing here. All right, and then of course we have this one that needs to go on the front. All right, so there's that piece. Now we need these little guys. More glue. All right, so these little pieces, oops. All right, now we need to flip it over, and we need to put in a couple of these little metal. Let's get 1, 2. I'll keep those in the bag if I can. Okay. All right, finally we can set this aside to live in peace for a minute. Okay, now we want to bring over this big piece. Alright, we want to turn it around this way. This one is a little tricky because we are doing some more little circle pieces, but they're magnets this time. So the magnets are going down in the bottom and they're round. So the little metal plates are going here. And then the magnets are going down here. Put the metal plates in there. Now these magnets should be fun because we're down sort of in this hole. Okay, one's easy, but now we've got this other one and we don't want it to be attracted to the other magnet, okay? All right, so it wants us to put those together, but yeah, we're just gonna let that all dry for now, and we're gonna move along to our next steps here. So now we wanna take these and put them on like so. Now it is not asking us to glue. This side it's holding in very well. I mean, we're obviously going to be screwing them into something, but okay, now we're taking these two pieces. So these are stamped 1 and 2, so these are also stamped 1 and 2. So 1 and, or that's 2, and this is 1. So again with the glue. Alright, so these are little hinges, and they're going to sit right in there like so. So let me get this side on. Okay, so as you can see, that's a little hinge there. Alright, perfect. Alright, that's going to go up there. Now we want this. And we have some bushings that we need to attach. Alright, so those are going on. Going on there like so. Okay, so now we're bringing over this piece and this piece. So this is going just like so, and then we're turning it over. And this piece is going to go like so. All right, there's that piece. And now we want to take this and this. So this is going, so there is a little tab to orient you. So that's going there like so, and then this is going over the top like that. All right, perfect. All right, now we're taking these two pieces. All right, and number one is going on this side. This one went on really easily, but this one is being a pain. Sometimes I find it's easier to actually put the bushing in the hole and then try to get this on there. See? Alright, so that's going here. And then, of course, that's going there like so. So that's going to close that in, obviously. And we are going 2x4. All right, so we're going to set this aside. I'm still not going to join these two together. I'm just still going to wait for that. We'll do this at the end when we need to, because I don't want the glue to not be dry and have those pop out of there. You know what I mean? All right, so next we're going to bring over this piece. I'm going to bring over two of these. So these are going to fit in here, like so. Okay, now we need to bring over the left arm. So let me go grab that. All right, so we haven't seen this guy in a while. So this is going to go right on top like this. And we're doing, let's see, PM 3x6. Yeah, we're doing our little Allen key bolts, and remember they're just M's, they're not PMs. We only got one kind of lock washer this time. We just got the little crinkly kind, so that's what we're using. All right, so I got two corners, opposite corners, so I did tighten those up. I mean, this is heavy-duty plastic, and you're screwing into a metal plate. You don't need to go crazy on these. You just want to make sure that they are good and tight. All right. So now it's showing up this way. So we're going to bring these two over. All right, and we do want to put a little glue in there because they're actually not they're not connecting to each other. There are little pegs, and they're going into the side of this, like so. All right, so now we have these two parts here that look very similar. They are labeled 1 and 2. We want number 2, and it should go right on this bolt, like so. And then obviously this one's going to sandwich it, but we need to bring back our chest pieces. So let me grab those really quick. All right, so remember this guy? We haven't seen him in a while. Okay, I'm just going to push him aside. All right, we want to take 2 more of those bushings. Now again, hopefully this doesn't bite us where we want to actually put them on the hole. All right, now we want to take this guy. Alright, that is on there. And then we want to take this piece. Alright, let's see what we're doing. We're coming in from the top here. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm like, why is this not working? Okay, we need to come in from the bottom with one of those nuts. That's why it's not working. I'm like, this is not working. Alright, yes, so there we go. And remember, like I've said on these, with these sort of Allen key bolts and washers and things and the nuts, you often don't get extras, so... Alright, so that is in. So there's a little peg that sticks out. You want to make sure the wires are over that when this closes up. Alright, so we're going to put this arm aside, and I'm going to bring back the other arm. So there is that one. So now we need to bring back the head. I'm going to put this aside. So they kind of just switched gears on us. Alright, so now remember in the last episode I was talking about none of the wires in this build are labeled. Remember on the Titanic build, on the DeLorean build, on the Batmobile, all the wires have little tags on them. Either a letter or a number, or they're stamped on the plug, but these don't. So they give us stickers in this step to do this ourselves. So that's what we're going to do. So the first one we're going to do is the head. So we're turning this over, and hopefully, okay, good. He will sit. So there are 3 plugs coming out here. All right, so there's 2 small ones and a large one. So the biggest one is the mouth. That's hilarious. So that's going to be number 1. So we are just going to take sticker number 1, and we're going to take this one, and we are just going to put it on there like that. So then the other 2 are the eyes and the speaker. So we need to make sure... All right, I believe this one is the eyes, which is number 3. Well, like I always say, like half the battle sometimes is getting the sticker off. Okay, there's number 4. This one's going to be number 3, which is the eyes. Okay. Now the matrix is number 2, which we still have not attached to the chest wall yet because... reasons. I always get nervous with the magnets when you're gluing magnets and things. Like, we'll go ahead and put this in now. So go in like this. Let's drop that wire down. Oh yeah, we gotta open up the hinges. Alright, so that is that, and then we can close that up, and then we have our labeled number 2 there. So this is the back piece that we worked on in the last issue. Alright, so definitely this one is 12. And then number 11. It's getting serious now. We want to bring back our arms. So I don't really think it matters like which because the two lights, they don't work independently of each other. So these are 7 and 8. So this one is going to be 9 and 10. All right, so I guess we're saving 5 and 6 for another day. All right, now we need this piece. So I think we're done with the head and the back, so I'm going to put those back over on my side table here to get those out of the way. I'm going to move the matrix of leadership out of the way, because now we need to bring this over. Perfect. So this is going to go right like this. 2 by 6 by 8. And then, of course, let me bring over the other arm, and that's going just like so. And again, 4 more of these screws. So they show this doing this upside down, where you have this flipped up so the hands are pointing up. But with the smokestacks, how are you going to do that? Like, all right, perfect. Just as I said, oh, we're going to put this aside, bring over this back section. And that is going to go, oh my gosh. So again, I'm just being very cautious here. Well, that's strange. I thought this would go over these. Oh my gosh. I thought these would go over, but no, these just go under like so. Let me get these wires out of the way. So yeah, this sits on here just like so. Okay. All right, we are on. Ah, got it. All right, those are the 2 by 6. Yeah, this is going to be fun. The holes are like super buried inside. All right, okay. See, this happens every time. Every time I go, oh, this is going to be super easy, it turns out to be crazy. And when I say, oh, wow, this is going to be really tricky, it's nothing. Like, it's so wild. We need to put on these 2 pieces here. And they're going in on the bottom. So I'm just going to get one started. And I do apologize if you can't see a lot of this. I can honestly barely see it myself. Yeah, like these screws are going into some like deep dark like crevices and stuff where I can barely see it. So there's no way, even if I moved, like took the camera off the tripod and stuff, there'd be no way I could get a camera in here and my hand to get these screws in. Yeah, because also it's like it's a tight area, and then it's like black on black parts, kind of like we were struggling with the Batmobile not too long ago. When you get into these tight areas where it's super dark, and then you've got black parts going onto other black parts with black screws, yeah, it's tough. And even with these bright lights, and I don't know what it looks, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't look as bright on the video as it actually is in real life. Like, these lights that I'm lighting up this table with are super bright. So even with those super bright lights, it is really dark where I'm trying to attach these pieces under here. Okay, so we got that. All right. So now let me put my battery box back in and put this back on top. Okay, I'm just going to set this aside for now because we're going to deal with these 2 pieces. These are the last 2 things we need to do here. So again, these are stamped 1 and 2, and then we have these 2 pieces, which I don't believe matter. They're the same 2 by 4, PB 2 by 4. and 2. So it appears we can close this up for now because we are going to bring this over like so. Grab my pieces here. And again, they want this like flipped upside down, but it's like with these smokestacks, like how are you supposed to get this upside down? Like I don't get it. So let's try this way. It appears these are going in like so. And we've got 2 of these 2.3 by 6. All right, perfect. And then we got this one. And that's going like so. All right, so now this is going to be crazy. So I'm going to put this aside. So we are done with building. So we got the chest and the arms attached together. So very cool, and it's very heavy. So the only other thing to do is put stickers 5 and 6 on the body section that we built a few episodes ago, which, if you remember, is very tall. And so these are for the feet. And again, I'm pretty sure that... Let me grab that and see if I can put it on there. All right, talk about heavy. So remember, this is the lower torso. So the other stickers are going on these 2 wires here for the feet. And again, just like the chest lights, they're not operated separately. Like there's just going to be one button that turns on the feet. You're not going to have a button for the left foot and the right foot. So I am going to put number 5 on this one. Number 6. That's going on this one. And let's make sure we get it upright. All right, so also that will help us because 5 and 6 are together and 9 and 10 are together, so we'll know which one is 6 and which one is 9. So, awesome. All right, so that is it. Let's move on to the Lego portion.
Autobots, roll out!
All right, here we are on the Lego side. So if you remember last episode, we got some of these accessories done, and we got the Matrix of Leadership in there. So it looks like today we're going to be working on the blaster. So that's steps 360 through 378. All right, so there is the blaster. And you can attach it to, basically you just go like so, and it will attach right there, and pew, 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 pew. All right, so that is the end of the Lego portion. Okay, so I can barely get both of these on, but to recap, in the Lego episode, we built the blaster. And then on the scale model side, wow, we built this chest section and then we attached the arms. So we have the entire chest area. So I believe in the next episode, we will be assembling Optimus Prime on the scale model side. So we will have the complete robot in the next episode. But that will do it for episode 22. Pretty exciting on the scale model side to see the arms and the chest piece come together. Plus we got all those wires labeled. So like I mentioned in the intro, this is our last sort of build episode where we're building individual components. Now we sort of have all the pieces. Remember, we finished at the end of, it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we kind of finished the legs and lower body section, and so now we have the chest and arm section and the head and neck section. So next week, we will be doing the final assembly where we put that all together, we get the circuit board installed, get all the wires hooked up, and basically complete the model. So let's do our summary. In this episode, on the scale model side, 49 steps and 62 parts. On the Lego side, 26 steps and 48 parts. Total to date, 733 steps and 878 parts on the scale model side, and 547 steps and 1,368 parts on the Lego side. All right, so yeah, on the Lego side, it was, we just built the blaster, but it's all going to come together at the end. So, yeah, like I said, next week we will be doing the final assembly on the robot. And then the week after we'll be doing the scale model accessories. We have a blaster, an axe, and a larger matrix of leadership, all which have electrical components. And so we'll be getting into all of that. So if you're new here, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you are a returning viewer and haven't subscribed, also please hit that subscribe button because we are working toward our subscriber milestones. Once we hit 500, we'll be giving away a Lego Star Wars AT-AT. And once we hit 1,000, we'll be giving away a Lego Endurance, which is a wonderful set. I built my copy of it. You will not be getting my used copy. You'll be getting a brand new in-box copy of your own that is sealed and brand new. But if you haven't checked out the video that I already did on the Endurance, check that out. It is a great build, awesome ship, cool history behind it. So definitely check that out. And as always, since I mentioned last week, these videos are a little bit longer than normal because we've just got so much to do as we head toward the end here. I won't keep you any longer. So until we see each other again, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon.